All right, welcome to the live stream. It's February 12th, 2024. I'm Jaden Sterling. Hope you're doing great. Got quite a bit to cover today. I want to talk about this market. You know, we're sitting at an all-time high pretty much across the board. You've got the Dow, the NASDAQ, definitely almost all of the exchanges in North America are sitting at all-time highs. And, you know, when we look at this, there's a couple things for us to closely consider as we are looking at this market. And I want to bring to your attention our database of stocks. So, and specifically the ranking of stocks. I've talked about this before, but we've really segregated the star ranking. It used to be if you click 2 stars, it would show 2-star stocks and all of the categories above that. Now we don't show that. We show just the category that you've clicked. And recently, we have adjusted our North Star rankings to really pay attention to the MFI. As you know, the MFI stands for Money Flow Index. That's the same thing as the Relative Strength Indicator. And it tells the story if a stock is either overbought or oversold. So we're spending a lot of energy and effort, many hours behind the scenes, tweaking our system to help you make the very best investment decisions for yourself. But this is what I want to point out. So in our universe of stocks, presently, 4,982 stocks have a sell rating, 2-star rating. And some of these are big names. You know, you're familiar with some of these. So let me continue with our ranking. So the 1-star is an avoid. That's another 4,465 stocks compared to our coveted 5-star ranking with only 160 stocks. So this is really indicating that there is a major shift to companies being overbought. When a stock is overbought, you know what that looks like. I'll bring up a chart for you. It's when the MFI is at an extended period, the money flow index, meaning there's just so much buying in this stock that it's driven the MFI above 70. 70 is, for the most part, that is the number to look for when you're determining if if it's time to buy or sell. So when a stock is overbought, meaning there's just so much buying that's happened with this company, with a particular company, the next move is to the downside. There's many examples of this in our system that we can show you. Let me show you. Let's see. Let's look at Google. Google, actually, wow, 4 stars for Google. That's pretty decent. So Google is definitely not in the extended territory. The MFI is at 63. You've got the stock price above all the averages. Let me bring up, let's look at Meta. Meta platforms. Okay, 3 stars. That's a hold ranking in our system. And let me go back to pick stocks. We're looking at 2 stars. And let's just go to, I'm trying to find a big name that some people might say, what the heck? Why is that stock's always been, you know, a great company? Why would you have a sell rating? Why are you showing things like that? And we just want to say again that we are doing our best to dial in. We don't want you to be buying at the top of this market. I guess that's the best way that I can say this. It just seems like there are so many stocks that are overextended in their share price. And frankly, it makes 0 sense. Like, we really have to start looking at these companies and asking ourselves, what is driving these movements on the upside? I mean, a perfect example, Um, Super Micro Computer. That stock was up 50 points earlier today after being up 150. Like, look at this. January 18th, the stock was at 311. Today it is at $755 a share. And this stock is definitely way overextended. I would suggest if you are a shareholder to sell your shares. Stocks don't go to the moon. But look at this performance. Like, this type of performance in a 1 month period makes no sense. The only way we can make sense of any of this, I think I've talked about it before, is when you look at the holders of these companies and you look specifically at the institutional holders. Look at the largest shareholders, BlackRock. They've got 11.67% of the float outstanding, 5.82 million shares, and 0 mutual funds that they hold this stock in. So frankly, they're holding the stock in their own portfolio. If you have a hold, so here's the thing with companies like this, BlackRock. When you have stocks like this that make this huge upward movement, the main institutional investors are BlackRock and Vanguard. You'll find that. I'll pull up Microsoft next. And what we're seeing here is a tremendous move upward, and these companies are directly benefiting for themselves. I mean, here is a great video. Take a listen. Talk about overextended stocks.
The last time we saw Bezos in particular sell significant shares in Amazon, that was in 2021, just ahead of that 2022 downturn, a year in which the NASDAQ fell more than 30%. Back then, we were at a similar moment. Stocks were hitting fresh record highs, tech valuations had the pandemic and digital transformation winds at their back. It would not last. Many could argue, though, that this time is different. You've got higher interest rates, tech's focused on profitability, this efficiency drive, and the generative AI wins, you could argue, are stronger and more sustainable. But should note, stocks are again hitting record highs, and the NASDAQ is getting back to 2021 levels. Speculative stocks and assets, they're back too. Kathy Wood's ARK ETF, it's up 30% over the last 3 months. And then there's Bitcoin, flirting with 50K. Bezos's latest share sale could also just be the start, so it's worth keeping an eye on.
I agree with her. It's worth keeping an eye on. When you have these mass, he sold 12 million shares, $2 billion worth of Amazon. When you have these big insider sell-offs, I mean, come on, like she said it so well. He did this right before the market collapsed. He sold it in 2021. Market was down in 2022. There's really no accident when this stuff starts to kick in like this. Like, the stock looks like it's turning. We still have green over red. MFI isn't too crazy. But when you hear news like this, look, y'all, if you've got a profit in a stock, especially right now, I think it's a good time to lock it in. I really do. Here is my pick of the week, though. Really liking this stock chart. Knight Therapeutics Inc., $5.66. It's on the Toronto Exchange. Low risk stock. Chart looks fantastic. It threaded here recently. That's the green arrow up, meaning a higher price movement is on the horizon. And it just looks good. Like, I like the revenue growth 13% year over year quarterly. When we come here, they develop, manufacture, acquire, in licenses, out licenses, markets, and distributes pharmaceutical and consumer health products. Just read through here, see what they're doing. They've got a wide range of cancer treatments, certain types of cancer that they focus on. Yeah, it looks really good. This would definitely be my stock pick of the week. And yeah, just want to, just go over a little bit why, what we're seeing here in the markets, brand new highs. Gold off slightly. Gold's been struggling at this level, $2,035 an ounce. This is US dollars, by the way. Silver is same, $22.76. Silver's had a little bit of a pop here. Still within the buying range. I think you can feel comfortable still picking up gold and silver coins at this level. And I know scared money doesn't make money in this market. I totally get that. But it's interesting that we're seeing, like I showed you, from our own internal system of 2-star stocks, in the thousands, nearly 5,000 stocks compared to 5-star. This is the lowest it's ever been. The number has been in our system, only 161 5-star companies at this very time period. And I find that fascinating right when we really start to dial in on stocks being either overbought or oversold. So as we tune the dials of the machine here, I just find it very interesting that, is our system telling us that maybe we're near a top in the market? I don't know. We don't have that crystal ball. We don't have that information. No. I also find it fascinating that I think if you all recall back in December, Jamie Dimon came out and said, hey, be very worried about this market. You had Jim Cramer, what is his show? Fast Money, I think. He's a fast talker. It should be called Fast Talking Money. He talked about how scary this market was November, December, and it's been powering higher ever since. January was probably one of the best Januaries the equity markets have ever had. Rolling into February, these results are continuing. So at some point, you really have to consider pulling some money off the table and looking at, we've been having really good progress with options. So if you go to, for example, if you go to the stock view, you're going to see stock view, options view. And if a stock is optionable, you just click options view and the option table will come up. We're going to show you the calls, the puts, and the straddles. And we've got the expiry here in the middle of the page. And then if you want to look up another option, all you do is head over to option lookup and type in another company and just take a look at what the options are. But in a declining market or in a market that's moving sideways, option contracts are a great investment, particularly calls. Covered calls, if you own the stock, work out really, really well. Super conservative, and you can get a really nice rate of return out of that. So we hope you like this feature. Every stock you'll be able to look at the option contracts for. Eventually, sometime in March, we're going to have like a closed door area where I'm going to post recommendations for certain option trades. So take a look for that. That is going to be a different price point that we're going to offer through our portal. And you're going to get additional stock recommendations. Let's say you own Microsoft. We might be sharing with you to now's the time to put a straddle on where you sell a covered call and you also buy a put at the same time. We'll make the recommendation on the North Star guidance card. Again, that'll be behind the option portal, which will be coming out, fingers crossed, in March for you. So we're continuing to make these improvements to the software. Hope you're liking what you're seeing. And we'd love your feedback. Anything else that you want to see from us? I've recently sent out an email to everyone and said, hey, this is, a couple of questions we've got. So if you're an avid user of our platform, do us a favor, please, and answer my email, reply. I'm so grateful for all of you who did. Thank you. But I know there's a whole lot more people out there who use our platform who haven't had the chance to. So we'd appreciate it. We want your input. We want your feedback. We think we've got something really great here, and we want to make it even greater. So tell us what you like about it, what you'd want to see with it. We're all ears. We want to know. All right, the next thing I want to bring to your attention, this article, Bitcoin soars above 50,000 for the first time since December 2021 after surge in ETF inflows. Not a big surprise, right? We've been saying this. Bitcoin was definitely going to go higher. It has legitimized the space now that these ETFs were, even though on a small scale, were able to start actively buying Bitcoin. So of course that's going to drive the price up. It makes perfect sense, right? It's a limited commodity, but an important one to own. This is just a huge opportunity here, I think, and we've seen it recently with this ticker symbol, Marathon Digital Holdings. Has had a nice move up recently with the return in Bitcoin, but you can see like this big spike, right? Recently it's gone from 17 and a half up to 26. Well, today it hit 27.30 was the high. And that's a big move in a short period of time. So I'm not suggesting it's going to continue to go higher, but when you see these stocks, these investments pull back, like here, like look at the MFI on January 18th, a month ago, the stock was $16. MFI was sitting at 1986. Can you see that? Does that make it on the? Oh, here, let me do away with my webcam here. So right here is what I'm looking at on the 18th, MFI at 1986. That is when, and look at that, it's pretty much, it correlates almost with the bottom. Here's the bottom, let's say January 24th, the price was $15.65. So after that, just a boom, bounce up, and now a rocket shot over the last few trading days. So just follow the MFI. That's why I'm saying how important the money flow index is to track and take heed, counsel from, right? Learn from it, follow it, do what it's suggesting. Like here, look at the top was 31 on December 27th and the MFI was at 91. Like look, when it starts to get toppy like that over the 70 range, 75 range for an extended period of days, you've got a stock that is overbought, and you can tell by the green bars. Look at all the buying there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 14 buying days, up days, and then the slight drop, but it never hit that high again. So we'll see how high it goes. Ideally, the stock would make a new high for this chart to look good. We'll see if that continues. But again, stock pick of the week is Knight Therapeutics. I'll put this in the show notes today, and just want to bring that to your attention. I will not be here for the next 2 calls. I'll be traveling. I'm actually going to be able to see a few of you on our travels, so we'll certainly let you know when we end up in your area, and stop by for lunch and say hi. Thanks again for your support. We greatly appreciate it, and I will see you